But too much documentation really significantly slows down development. And
yeah, particularly in the lab. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey Joris, you know, the other day we were at the water cooler having a bio break.
Yeah.
And I heard the term LSP and SOP kind of used interchangeably. I wonder if we can dive into that a little bit.
Absolutely, Nick. So an SOP is a standard operating protocol, and
Right.
a laboratory standard protocol is an LSP. So how we use that is, well, in the world of product development, we often deal with a lot of documentation.
Yes.
And documentation is required because without documentation, you don't know what's happened in the past. And I've been on that coin where things were not properly documented, and then you lose a lot of knowledge down the road. And especially if you want to replicate something down the road, you actually, without documentation, you can't do it, and you'll have to go back and do it again.
Yeah,
Also, documentation is required from a traceability perspective, and it's an output to the regulatory bodies.
Right.
But too much documentation really significantly slows down development. And
yeah, particularly in the lab. Yeah.
Exactly. So particularly in the lab, what we do for that is like a standard operating protocol is a document with document control, which it means that if you deviate from the document and from that procedure, you actually have to log it, and there is a lot of additional overhead coming with that.
Absolutely.
So instead of doing that, what we do in this early phase, we use a similar format, which we call a laboratory standard protocol. That means that the document still allows us to replicate and trace what we're doing,
Right.
and a lot of repeatability in the system without necessarily having that overhead. And then once you're ready to transfer an LSP into an SOP, then there's actually no added time, and you can immediately continue with a control document and without necessarily losing that flexibility in the design process.
Yeah, very good. So if we were to summarize, SOP is a standard operating procedure or protocol, and every step is very clearly documented, no deviation. Where an LSP, a laboratory standard practice,
Yeah.
allows for some flexibility at different inflection points. Is that a fair assessment?
I think that's a really fair assessment, where if you want to change something along the way in an LSP, that is without even thinking about it, you can make that change, whereas in an SOP you have to go to an entire control process where QA would be involved.
Right, but the LSP has the benefit of having that documentation so that when we go on and do a submission, or that becomes part of a design history file, we can go back and reproduce some of those elements.
You will always have that knowledge logged and that procedure, set in place.
Very good. All right, well, thanks very much.